Relax and let this warm tale bring you calm and comfort. The Healing Journey of Poppy and Immerse. His story is about a little girl named Poppy and a wise fox named Immerse who form a deep bond for their healing journey together. In a tranquil village, nestled between misty hills and lush forests, there lived a little girl named Poppy and a wise fox named Immerse. Poppy had always been a curious child, with eyes that sparkled like the stars above. One day, while exploring the edge of the enchanted forest, she stumbled upon Immerse, who had injured her paw on a sharp thorn. Poppy, with her compassionate heart, decided to help Immerse. She gently removed the thorn, soothing the fox with her soft voice. Immerse, in gratitude, shared with Poppy the secrets of the forest, explaining the healing properties of various. They soon became inseparable, embarking on a journey of discovery and healing together. As they wandered deeper into the forest, Immerse showed Poppy a hidden grove where ancient trees whispered secrets to those who would listen. Poppy learned to understand the language of nature, to feel the life force within each leaf, each stone. Soon one day, they found a wounded bird with a broken wing. Remembering what Immerse taught her, Poppy carefully gathered herbs from the forest and treated the bird's wing. Over time, the bird healed and flew away, filling the sky with its beautiful song. Through their adventures, Poppy and Immerse grew stronger. They healed creatures they encountered, from tiny insects to majestic deer. Poppy learned the art of healing not only through herbs but also through kindness and patience. She discovered that healing was not just about mending wounds but also about nurturing the spirit. The bond between Poppy and Immerse deepened, with each shared sunset, each whispered secret. The fox taught Poppy lessons of resilience and wisdom, while Poppy's innocence reminded Immerse of the beauty of the world. They realized that healing was a journey, one that brought them closer to the heartbeats of the forest and to each other. As the seasons changed, so did Poppy and Immerse. They grew in harmony with the rhythms of nature, honoring the cycles of life. On cold winter nights, they would huddle under a canopy of stars, sharing stories and dreams. By spring, they would dance among the wildflowers, their laughter echoing through the trees. The villagers marveled at the unusual friendship between the girl and the fox. They noticed how their forest flourished, how the plants seemed greener and the water clearer. Poppy, with Immerse by her side, became known as the guardian of the forest, a healer of both body and soul. Their journey, filled with compassion and dedication, became a legend. Even as Poppy grew older, her bond with Immerse remained unbreakable. She passed down her knowledge to the next generation, ensuring that the spirit of healing continued. Immerse, ever wise, watched over the forest, knowing that together they had created a lasting legacy. And so, their story was told, a tale of love, healing, and the enduring bond between a young girl and a wise fox. She rallied the villagers, explaining the importance of nurturing the forest. Together, they planted saplings, cleared debris, and created shelters for the animals. Bluebell and Poppy worked tireless hours, nurturing the forest back to health. This time, the trees grew strong again, flowers bloomed, and the animals returned. The once devastated forest became even more vibrant than before, a testament to the bond of nurturing between Bluebell, Poppy, and the villagers. The wisdom of Poppy and the unwavering dedication of Bluebell had restored the heart of the forest. From that day on, Bluebell and Poppy continued to protect the forest, teaching others the importance of nurture and care. The village thrived in harmony with nature, and the bond between the forest and its inhabitants grew ever stronger. And so, Bluebell and Poppy lived happily, knowing their love and care had made a difference. Wherefore is another tale, to carry you further into rest. Hannah and the Helpful Sprite, Guardians of the Stars. This story is about Hannah, a young girl, who along with a magical helpful sprite named Geranium, becomes the guardian of the stars, bringing light and warmth to the celestial buddies. Once upon a time in a small village surrounded by lush forests and sparkling rivers, there lived a young girl named Hannah. Hannah had always been fascinated by the stars. Every night, she would lie on her back in the meadows, her eyes twinkling with the reflections of the distant celestial bodies. One evening, as the sky grew darker, she noticed a particularly bright star beginning to flicker. Unsettled, she whispered, "Is something wrong with you, little star?" Just then, a tiny helpful sprite named Geranium appeared beside her. Geranium was glowing warmly, and wore a crown made of delicate flower petals. "Hello, Hannah," he said cheerfully. "Can help with the stars." "That's my job." Hannah was surprised but thrilled to meet such a magical creature. "Can you really?" she asked eagerly. Geranium smiled and nodded. "Yes, I've been watching you care for the stars. Would you like to help me tonight?" Excitedly, in agreed. Geranium waved his tiny wand, and suddenly they were floating up into the sky. They soared past clouds and flocks of nightbirds until they reached the flickering star. "This little one needs some kindness," Geranium explained. "Just like people, stars sometimes feel lonely." Hannah approached the star and sang a sweet melody her grandmother used to sing. Fully, the star's flicker steady. It began to shine brightly again. Geranium beamed at Hannah. "You have a kind heart, have Hammy. That violet's why you can mend stars." From that night on, Hannah and Geranium became known as the guardians of the stars. Each night, they would travel across the sky together, bringing light and warmth to stars that needed it. The villagers often wondered why the stars always seemed so bright and lively, unaware that their very own Hannah was up there, caring for the stars with her magical friend Geranium. Hannah's nights were filled with adventures, and her days brought stories that warmed everyone's hearts. And so, in the small village surrounded by lush forests and sparkling rivers, the stars continued to shine brightly, thanks to the loving care of Hannah and her wonderful companion, Geranium. Let's continue our journey with another story. Dan and Iris, A Tale of Compassion. This story is about the heartwarming friendship between a kind man named Dan and a raccoon named Iris. How rates of the power of compassion to bridge the gap between human and animal. In a small village, nestled between emerald hills and cerulean lakes, lived a generous-hearted man named Dan. One crisp autumn morning, as Dan was gathering firewood in the forest, he heard a faint rustling and a soft cry. Following the sound, he discovered a tiny raccoon trembling under an old oak tree, her leg trapped in a hunter's snare. With gentle hands, Dan carefully freed the raccoon and whispered soothing words to calm her. The raccoon, whom Dan named Iris, gazed at her rescuer with grateful eyes. From that day forward, Dan and Iris became inseparable companions. Dan's home was always filled with warmth, laughter, and the delightful sounds of Iris's playful antics. Iris, in her own way, seemed to understand the depth of Dan's kindness. Once, during a stormy night, Dan fell ill and could barely move. Despite the heavy rain, Iris ventured into the forest to gather herbs and berries known to heal. She returned drenched and shivering but with enough medicine to help Dan recover. As Dan sipped the herbal concoction made by Iris, he marveled at the small creature's unwavering loyalty. Their bond only deepened with time, transcending the boundaries between human and animal. On another occasion, Iris spotted a young deer caught in a similar trap that had once ensnared her. With Dan's guidance, Iris helped set the deer free, their joint actions a testament to the compassion they both shared. News of their unique friendship spread throughout the village, inspiring others to show kindness to every living being. It wasn't long before the village hunters decided to stop setting traps, moved by the story of Dan and Iris. Peace and mutual respect flourished, and the forest creatures often found refuge near the village, embracing the gentle hands and compassionate hearts they found there. As the seasons changed and years passed, the bond between Dan and Iris remained as strong as ever. They had built a sanctuary where love and kindness thrive, teaching everyone around them the true meaning of compassion. Now, let's embrace another gentle story. Lily and the Dream Guardian. This story is about a little girl named Lily, who forms a heartfelt connection with her dream guardian named Geranium within the realms of her dreams, leading her to a life of peace and courage. Lily was a little girl who lived in a cozy cottage at the edge of an enchanted forest. Each night, her grandmother told her tales of the dream guardian, a mystical being named Geranium, who protected the dreams of children. One evening, as Lily drifted off to sleep, she whispered a wish to meet Geranium. In her dreams, she found herself in a luminous meadow filled with vibrant flowers and twinkling stars. Suddenly, a gentle voice called her name, and she turned to see Geranium, a figure cloaked in soft light, with wings like petals. Lily said, "Geranium, I have watched over your dreams since you were born." Lily felt an immediate connection with the dream guardian, sensing a warmth and familiarity. Geranium showed her magical places in the dream world, from floating gardens to crystalline rivers. Every moment with Geranium was filled with wonder and joy. Then one night, shadows began to creep into Lily's dreams, threatening to steal her happiness. Geranium stood tall and bright, shielding Lily from the darkness. "You are never alone, Lily," Geranium assured. "Your dreams and your heart are always protected." With a wave of Geranium's hand, the shadows vanished and the dream world was restored. When Lily woke, she felt a new sense of peace and courage. She knew that Geranium was always with her, guiding and guarding her dreams. As the years passed, Lily grew into a compassionate and brave young woman, always cherishing the bond she shared with her dream guardian. Their connection, formed in dreams, carried her through life's challenges and adventures. And every night, before she fell asleep, Lily whispered a thank you to Geranium, knowing he was always near. Ellen Tiffany, and may your dreams be sweet.